So how can we be beacons of light? Yeah? How can we be the ones who choose the light? When we begin to embody a higher vibration, then we remember that our true nature is love, is one of cooperation and expansion and compassion and empathy. This is who we really are as human beings. I have put myself in opening up homeless shelters and working in recovery centers and just working in a restaurant or anywhere. When you're running into people who they don't want to hear anything positive, they just want to complain about their life and the politics that they're experiencing, and they don't believe that they're in any way, shape, or form that they can change their life. They are so ingrained and so stagnant in the vibration that they hold that they don't want to hear anything else, mostly because they don't want to face the darker side of their own self, right? It's so much easier to point fingers and blame everyone else for what we're going through, right? It's so disempowering to do that too, right? At the same time, it feels safer. Yeah, it feels like a much safer place to just blame someone else for our problems, right? And this is the path that I have chosen, to be responsible for my own emotions, my own wounds, my own healing. Yeah, I listen deeply to my inner landscape, and I see that everything that I'm creating is a mirror of who I am. And this is the work. I mean, it's real work, right? When we can see the external world as a mirror of who we are as a collective, as a individual, then we can start to raise the vibration in our body and increase the flow of energy and start to jump evolutionary timelines into a new paradigm, into a new frequency. And it is really beautiful on the other side of that separation. Yeah. And I know, because I some days I'm in that vibration fully. And once you experience that kind of love, that kind of light, there's really no going back. The challenging part is I'm not there all the time. And so one day I could be like, oh man, I really feel hopeful. And I bring that out into the world. And I'm out in the world, and somebody will come at me. I mean, it happens quite often, actually. It's almost like they don't want me to be in that light, and they're testing me or something. It's those parts of me that want to be seen, you see? So when somebody comes at me, I have a choice point in that moment. Yeah? To love that person, to love myself, to see them in their place of woundedness, and to shift that energy within me, or to react and shut down. And then as we walk around, yeah, that might trigger people. Because now they're seeing somebody deep in light. They're like, oh my God. And it's triggering them because it's resolving patterns of separation in their body. And yeah, they might react to your light. But we don't want to meet them where they are. That's over, my friends. I am done with that. It doesn't mean that I can't see who they really are through the veil of illusion that they hold. Yeah? I can see them as a light being. And even if they can't see it themselves, I can see them for who they are. Yeah, they're holding that light. And it's so beautiful to see somebody so angry or sad or living in fear. When you can see past that and you can see who they really are, man, that changes everything. Yeah? And the only way that you can pierce that is if you're holding a sustainable light within your body, an embodied light, an embodied vibration of love and light. Yeah, when you're holding that, you can resonate with their true nature. Yeah, and you can give them a smile and you can say hello. And listen, I can't do it all the time. Sometimes I'm like, fuck you. You know? And then when I do that, I know that I'm like, oh man, I missed an opportunity to see them for who they are. Yeah. It's quite an amazing experience, and I really wish everyone to have that experience. Because when you or I can hold that light for somebody who's deep in fear, deep in the separation paradigm, when we can hold that light for them, that not only shifts them, that changes them in the moment, right? They might not even know what we're doing. They might be like, whoa, wow, I feel totally better. Thank you so much for that. What it does is it shifts us. It's a practice, right? We become a master when we can hold that light for anyone. That doesn't mean that we're allowing anyone to come at us, to abuse us. No, none of that. No. I will not let anybody abuse me. Okay? And I'm not about any of that. We might have to be strong in our light. We might have to let people know what's up, right? We might have to let them know, like, hey, I have some boundaries here, and that's not okay. What you're doing is not okay with me, and I'm not okay with that. Right? That also can be love. See, the thing I think about, what people think about, did I say that? About love is, they think that love is always kind, but that's not true. In the way that we experience kindness or we think of kindness, love can be fucking fierce. It can be really strong. Yeah, in a way that still lifts up somebody and lets them know, gives them a really clear mirror of what kind of behavior they're putting onto us. Right? If you have kids, you know that this is how, you raise children. You can't always be nice to a child. They need you to be, fierce sometimes. And they remember that. You see? And, the idea that we can, and the reality that I have been experiencing is that I can see somebody, working in homeless shelters and working in recovery centers and just traveling around the country with Lily. We've experienced this. I have experienced that when I can see somebody's light, when I can go beyond the illusion, that illusion holds no power at all. The only way that you can see somebody else's light when they're not acting in a very, when their behavior is very dark, is if you are seeing your own light. If you have experienced your own light, that light of God that is coming through us every second of the day, when we begin to allow that light to flow through us in a sustained way, that shifts the vibration of our body. Right, Lily? Lily's an old soul. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have emotions. That doesn't mean that you're not going to have to continually resolve patterns of separation. Right? To be the one who chooses inevitably means that we have to face some pretty dark shit. Yeah? And the reality is, when we have that light holding us, we can face anything. There is nothing to be afraid of. Nothing at all. When we hold that light, with the light within, our true nature, the light of source, the light of creation, when we hold that and we believe that and we have faith that it has our back, we begin to move through and resolve these patterns that are limiting. Yeah? Hold that with me right now. I am safe. I am loved. I am light. I am abundant. I am safe. I am light. I am love. I am abundant. You see? Take some time to feel the wind of change. Take some time to hold the love within your body. Yeah. See the light in others. Find their light and resonate with that. It is a give and take, right? It's reciprocity at its best. You see? It's reciprocity at its best. When we can hold the light and love of a different vibration, of a different frequency, of compassion, and really just love for someone else, another human, what happens? We hold that love for ourselves, and we shift what's happening within us, because we are a mirror. Everything that's happening, everything that we're experiencing is a mirror. That's why we can't look away from what's happening in the collective right now. But we can hold that light for the collective, even like on a video or, a reel. We can, yes, we can be sad, and we can grieve, and we can be angry. This is not spiritual bypassing. Even though we have emotions, we can still sit in a vibration of understanding and compassion and love, and a higher understanding that we are resolving patterns of separation when we hold that vibration, when we respond to the world around us, knowing that we are living in a system that does not allow for change within that system. The system is imploding. That paradigm is imploding. It's also imploding within us. We are not separate from that implosion. It's extremely important to understand that what is happening within us is happening in the collective. There is no separation. We can't heal the collective without healing ourselves, without raising the vibration. And really, it is just raising the vibration. Once the vibration in the body begins to rise, that new paradigm begins to rise, and we start to hold a completely different frequency, a completely different geometry, what happens? The old paradigm, the old patterns, elemental patterns of separation within us, the trauma that we hold, the lineage in our genetic coding begins to change. And this is science too, epigenetics. They have proven that, like, when your genetic coding changes with the vibration around you, with your environment, and that's what's happening within us. And this is why it's so important to hold a vibration that is rising, yeah, and is different than other times. It's not the same anymore. Please understand that we are going through a very specific field right now. The living field is shifting. There's a reason why all this is happening now to all of us. We are in training to a higher frequency. And when we do that, yeah, there's emotional triggers. Because those patterns of separation are not sustainable in that higher vibration, that higher vibratory field. And yes, some people are waking up first. Some people are choosing to wake up first. And that's why I really don't like the phrase, the chosen ones, because I think that's bullshit. It's not real. We can choose to go into the unknown. At any moment, you can choose right now to embody a higher vibration, a higher frequency. It's not going to be easy. I mean, maybe it'll be easy for you. I hope it is. Easier than it was for me, I can tell you that. No matter where you are, I'm sending you love and light, and reminding you that you are light. Thank you.